To start your workday.
We'll keep you feeling good with the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today.
On 97.1 Wash FM.
Tonight, the president lashing out after his new attorney, Rudy Giuliani, revealed that the president reimbursed lawyer Michael Cohen for the money paid to Stormy Daniels, the hush money. The president today now appearing to take aim at Giuliani, saying Giuliani will get his facts straight. And what the president says when asked about this moment on Air Force One, when he told the American people he knew of no such payment. Also breaking tonight, the warning at this hour from authorities after earthquakes and the volcanic eruptions in Hawaii. They're now saying the air is an immediate threat to life. And the new earthquake just moments ago. The urgent manhunt at this hour after an ATF agent is shot in the face. Authorities now say it was an ambush, what we're learning. The severe weather threat on this Friday night, more than 36 reported tornadoes already. 25 million Americans in the path tonight, and a tornado watch in New York. And United tonight now offering refunds to passengers because of this flight attendant and what she's accused of. Tonight, the apology.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a busy Friday night. Several developing stories, and we begin with President Trump firing back today after his new personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, went on several cable news programs and said the president did reimburse that hush money paid to Stormy Daniels. The president beginning on the White House lawn today, saying Giuliani is still new to the job, adding that Giuliani will get his facts straight. But are we any closer tonight to knowing when the president knew about that payment made just days before the election? ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega leading us off.
President Trump walked right up to reporters at the White House, ready to vent.
I'll tell you what, Rudy is a great guy, but he just started a day ago.
Actually, Rudy Giuliani, the president's lawyer leading negotiations with special counsel Robert Mueller, started 2 weeks ago. But today, the president publicly cut him down.
He's learning the subject matter. He'll get his facts straight. He's a great guy.
It comes after Giuliani went on a media blitz, revealing the president reimbursed his attorney Michael Cohen for the $130,000 payout to porn star Stormy Daniels. Giuliani said the president used money from a personal account.
It's not campaign money. No campaign finance violation. So
they funneled it through the law firm.
Funneled through the law firm, and the president repaid it.
Oh, I didn't know he did.
Yeah.
Giuliani did. It had nothing to do with the campaign.
It wasn't for the campaign. Right. It was to save their not their marriage as much as their reputation.
But just minutes later, he suggested the hush money was indeed about the election.
Imagine if that came out on October 15th, 2016, in the middle of the last debate with Hillary Clinton.
So to make it go away, they made this
Cohen
payment.
didn't even ask. Cohen made it go away. He did his job.
Facing mounting questions about his own inconsistent story over that payment to Stormy Daniels, the president today lashed out.
Virtually everything said has been said incorrectly, and it's been said wrong, or it's been covered wrong by the press. And say, you know what? Learn before you speak. It's a lot easier.
He wouldn't offer any details. But with the White House facing a credibility crisis, Giuliani attempted to clarify, saying in a statement the payment was made to resolve a personal and false allegation in order to protect the president's family. It would have been done in any event, whether he was a candidate or not. Giuliani also seemed to walk back his claims that the president only recently learned he had reimbursed Cohen for the hush money. Just 2 weeks ago, President Trump offered a crystal clear denial.
Did you know about the $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels? Then why did Michael Cohen make it if there was no truth or allegation?
Well, you have to ask Michael Cohen. Michael's my attorney, and you'll have to ask Michael.
Do you know where he got the money to make that payment?
No, I don't know.
Today, reporters challenged him on those statements.
Mr. President, why did you change your story on Stormy Daniels?
We're not changing any stories. All I'm telling you is that this country is right now running so smooth. And to be bringing up that kind of crap and to be bringing up witch hunts all the time, that's all you want to talk about. You're going to see, excuse me.
You did not know
no, but you have to,
the payment.
excuse me, you take a look at what I said. You go back and take a look. You'll see what I said.
You said no.
Excuse me, you go take a look at what we said.
Cecilia Vega joined us live from the White House tonight. And Cecilia, President Trump right there saying go back and look at what he said on Air Force One. So, of course, we pulled the transcript. It was just 30 days ago. And when asked, he said he didn't know about the payment to Stormy Daniels and that he didn't know where Michael Cohen got the money. Did he clarify any of this today?
Not at all, David. In fact, the White House maintains that when he made that statement you're talking about on Air Force One, he didn't actually know at the time that the money had gone to Stormy Daniels. This is despite the fact that he had started making those payments shortly after the inauguration, despite the fact that the money came from one of his own accounts. The president said today he would release a timeline soon. We're waiting.
All right, well, stay tuned for that. In the meantime, the other major development, Cecilia, the president was also asked today, is he willing to sit down with the special counsel, Robert Mueller? And here's what he said.
I would say this. If I could be, I would love to speak. I would love to. Nobody wants to speak more than me. In fact, against my lawyers, I have to find that we're going to be treated fairly because everybody sees it now, and it is a pure witch hunt.
So, Cecilia, President Trump once again saying he would be willing to sit down with Robert Mueller, which is what he's told our team before, but he added today if he's treated fairly.
Yeah, he said that he would be willing to do it if he's treated fairly, that he would override his lawyers for this sit down. You said it, despite the fact that he had said in the past that 100% he would agree to a sit down. Now, David, he seems to be giving himself some wiggle room on that.
All right, Cecilia Vega leading us off on a Friday night. Cecilia, thank you. President Trump at every stop today expressing his anger at the scope of the special counsel's investigation. And today we heard that same frustration from an unlikely source. The judge at a hearing for former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort, his case involving tax and bank fraud charges. That judge also asking about the scope of the Mueller investigation, something the president then pounced on. Here's ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas tonight.
Former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort arriving in federal court today to try to get this one case thrown out. Inside the courtroom, Judge T.S. Ellis asking what the special counsel's indictment of Manafort for alleged financial crimes has to do with Mueller's primary mission, investigating whether Trump associates colluded with the Russians. Trump's prosecution or impeachment, Ellis told prosecutors, that's what you're really after. Ellis, a Reagan appointee, said Robert Mueller's indictment of Manafort is really intended to get Manafort to, quote, sing or become a cooperating witness. The government arguing the special counsel's mandate includes looking at Manafort's financial work overseas. Several hours later on stage, the president gave his verdict, praising that judge.
Judge T.S. Ellis, who is really something very special, I hear, from many standpoints.
The president even quoting directly from the judge's remarks in court.
How does this have anything to do with the campaign, the judge asked. Let me tell you, folks, we're all fighting battles, but I love fighting these battles. It's really a disgrace. What's happening to our country is a disgrace.
And Pierre Thomas with us live tonight as well. And Pierre, the judge did not rule today on whether Manafort's case will move forward. And despite what he said in court there, judges often do this. They don't let you know it could still go either way.
That's right, David. Sources tell us Judge Ellis is often colorful and combative in court, but they say his challenges are not always a sign of how he ultimately rules, David.
All right, Pierre Thomas with us tonight as well. Pierre, thank you. We do have breaking news. Word of an earthquake a short time ago, another one. That volcano on the Big Island of Hawaii. Officials say it is an immediate risk to life tonight. Mount Kilauea sending up ash and pouring lava down its sides. That red-hot lava emerging in neighborhoods, bubbling up and spewing toxic gas tonight. In fact, this evening, hundreds of people there have been ordered to evacuate and were just told that the air in their neighborhoods is too dangerous to breathe. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez in Hawaii tonight.
Tonight, fountains of lava engulfing neighborhoods on Hawaii's Big Island after multiple new eruptions from the Kilauea volcano. Flames and lava shooting 100 feet in the air, forcing at least 1,800 people from their homes with just minutes to spare.
We could hear the lava exploding right from the house. And so, you know, is the house going to still be there when we go back over there?
The actual volcano crater miles away from the vents in the ground where the eruptions are exploding.
My house is on stilts, so the whole house actually shook.
Officials say at least 2 homes have been destroyed. Witnesses comparing the sound of the eruption to a jet engine.
We were half a block away from where it was happening, but you could definitely feel the heat. You could feel the power of the eruption.
A line of lava spewing from a crack in the earth, spilling out onto the streets. Plumes of thick pink smoke rising high above the island. The smell of toxic sulfur dioxide and burning trees hanging in the air.
All around here is sulfur smell. I think we're one street over from the lava right now.
Officials say the air quality is an immediate threat to life. The governor declaring a state of emergency.
It is a difficult thing to watch. The lava flow is unpredictable, not exactly certain what course it will take.
Thursday's eruption came hours after a 5.0 earthquake jolted the Big Island. On Monday, one of the craters collapsed, triggering at least 600 smaller quakes.
Just stunning images coming in tonight. Marcy's with us live from Kona, Hawaii. And Marcy, we know there have been hundreds of earthquakes now in that area. Officials say they obviously don't know how long these eruptions will continue.
Yeah, that's right, David. And that quake just a short time ago registered a 5.4 magnitude. And officials say they have no idea when these eruptions could stop. We're told it could be days, weeks, even months before those evacuated residents are allowed back into their homes. The good news is there have been no serious injuries, but there are any injuries for that matter, but there are concerns about those sulfur dioxide gas levels in the area.
All right, we'll continue to monitor that. Marcy, thank you. In the meantime, next, the tornado watch for northern New York and Vermont at this hour. Severe weather for 25 million people as well, from Ohio all the way to Maine tonight. This after 38 reported tornadoes across 6 states already. Look at this in Urbandale, Iowa tonight. Winds upwards of 60 miles an hour. The images coming in, lawn furniture there blowing by the windows of this hotel. Around Detroit, powerful winds knocking out power to some 230,000 people, taking the life of one man trapped under a tree. So let's get live to Rob Marciano along the West Side Highway again tonight, tracking it for us. Hey, Rob.
Hey, David, this entire system actually intensifying as it spins up into Canada. Look at this, a rare moderate risk issued for northern New York, and it does include Burlington for damaging winds, maybe even a few tornadoes. There's a tornado watch out for the same area that extends into northern Vermont, and severe thunderstorm watches all the way back in through Pennsylvania. And these storms moving to the east quickly have winds in excess of 60 miles an hour in spots. They should dissipate as they get a little bit closer to the coastline, and then the whole front comes through. It'll be cooler, quieter, less humid tomorrow, more seasonal summer over, at least for now.
Rob Marciano with us again tonight. Rob, thank you. We are also monitoring the possible release of 3 U.S. citizens detained by North Korea. The president again today saying, stay tuned. And of course, this comes as we've also learned tonight that a date and location for that summit between the president and Kim Jong-un is now set. For late developments, here's ABC's chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz tonight.
Tonight, that proposed summit says the president is now a certainty.
We now have a date. And we have a location. We'll be announcing it soon.
No further details yet, but the president has said in the last week he favors the DMZ as a location. This comes as expectations rise that the 3 American detainees will be released soon. 24 hours ago, the president's new lawyer said their release was imminent.
We got Kim Jong-un impressed enough to be releasing 3 prisoners today.
And the president tweeted, stay tuned. Still no word on timing, but this morning, President Trump said,
a lot of things have already happened with respect to the hostages. As I said yesterday, stay tuned.
2 of the detainees were arrested just last year, the 3rd in 2015. They have reportedly been moved to a medical facility from the labor camps.
And reports out of South Korea say the release could come as early as this weekend, but no confirmation of that yet. David?
Martha Raddatz with us all week long. Martha, thank you. And next from Chicago tonight, police working with ATF agents before dawn were suddenly ambushed. One ATF agent was shot in the face, triggering a desperate rush to save his life. You will hear their calls for help, and tonight, the manhunt. ABC's Alex Perez in Chicago.
In Chicago tonight, an all-out manhunt to track down suspects who unleashed gunfire on undercover agents.
We have shots fired on 45th and Hermitage. 45th and Hermitage. Get us some units over here.
The brazen ambush happening just after 3 a.m. Federal and local authorities, part of a special task force aimed at tackling Chicago's gun violence, carrying out an operation to intercept illegal guns when the suspects, possible gang members, opened fire, striking one ATF agent in the face.
I need an escort to a hospital right now. Officer hit. We need escort to a hospital now.
More than 100 local and federal officers combing the area for the suspects, but no luck.
You think we're going to take this line down? This is the 4th law enforcement officer in a year that's been shot over in that area. Do you think that escapes us? Because it doesn't. But I got a message for them. We're coming for you.
And tonight,